Hi everybody, Mrs. Heisey here. Today in this video, I am going to show you how to do the Notepad Set Up. As you're going through watching this video, you might want to follow along with your notes as well. There are step-by-step directions. The first thing that you are going to do is you are going to open up your Safari and we are going to go to docs.google.com. We're going to go ahead and go there. Now, a lot of you might say, hey, why can't I just go to the app, the Doc app, and open that up? The reason we do through Safari is because we want to make sure that we have a ruler along the top and the side of our page. It really helps when we're trying to set everything up, because when we go to cut the paper, we need to know where those measurements are. So as we start, we're just going to go to the Start a New Document, click on the plus sign that shows the blank. All right, and now you'll notice that there's a ruler that goes along the top and the side. That's exactly what we're looking for. So as we're now going to set up our page, we just want to go to the File, come down to Page Setup, and you'll notice here it says Apply to the whole document. We want to keep it portrait orientation. The paper size is regular paper. Keep it white. We're going to go ahead to the margins area, and in here where it says 0.5, we're going to change the top, the bottom, the left, and to the right to 0.3. So we need to make sure that we get all of those to 0.3. What that is doing is it is changing the width around the edge of our paper, so it's evenly spaced along the entire thing. When you're typing a paper, you want to have larger margins, not using up the entire page. So now that I have that, next I'm going to go to the Format menu, and I'm going to come down to Columns. We are now going to split our page into two. So right now it's highlighted as everything is on one page. We want to go ahead and click the middle one. So if you look at the top where our ruler is at, you'll kind of see that the 4 is shaded. That's exactly what we want. Now I want to name this. I don't want to lose any of this stuff, so I'm just going to name it Notepad Heisey. There we go. Oh, that's autocorrect. I don't want Nancy, I want Notepad. Notepad Heisey. All right. So I have everything there. That's exactly the way I want it to set up. Now this is where you get to be as creative as you want. You are going to go into Insert, and you are going to click on the images. Now, if you have things saved on your camera roll that you would like to put on your notepad, you're welcome to go upload from this computer. I just go ahead and hit search the web, and I'm going to start to look for images. I find the best tool, clip art is kind of the best. I always like to write clip art afterwards because I know those images are going to show up a lot better. If you have a detailed photo of like you and your family or you and your friends, those don't always show up the greatest because the images are going to be small on our notepad. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on that one, and I'm going to hit Insert. You'll notice on the page it's a little bit larger. Tap on it once and it should bring a screen around you, and then you're just going to go ahead and you're going to adjust your size. All right, you want to keep it a little bit less than an inch, and this is where the ruler on the side helps as well. So we'll go ahead and we'll enter a couple images into there. I have tools right there. Let's scroll down. We'll go ahead and we'll pick some pliers. I'm going to insert that. Again, it's going to come up large. Click on it once, and you're just going to grab from one of the corners. When you do this, make sure that your images are roughly around the same size. Otherwise it tends to get a little bit blotchy and it's harder to see. So you want to keep them roughly around the same size. All right, one more. We'll go ahead as I'm looking. We'll go with this one. All right, insert. Click on it, adjust the size. And now that I look at that, I can click off the screen and you can see that they are roughly all the same size. Now, if I were to print this out, they would all be over to the left-hand side. I want to make sure that they're centered. So the easiest way to do this is to go up to Edit. You're going to hit Select All, and then you're going to come to, if you look down like where the font size is and everything like that, keep going over to the right. We're going to justify our things to the center. So now everything is centered. After I have the images that I want, you can have as many or as little as you want. Just make sure that you center them. Then you're going to go ahead and type something. I'm just going to put from the desk of Mrs. Heisey. On here, I can also go ahead and select, and if you wanted to change the font to something else, you absolutely could. I'll just leave it at that for right now. Once you get to this point, you need to get this checked by the instructor. You need to make sure, I take a look at it, make sure everything's appropriate and things like that. Right now, it's perfect the way that it is. I would sign off on your sheet and we would move on. So now I want to go again and I want to highlight everything. So I'm going to go select all. And then I'm going to copy it. So you can go up here to edit and copy, or you could just do, if you held down on it, it would also allow you to copy it. So now it's copied. And here's where we need to look at that ruler along the side. Hit your return button down to roughly around, if you see where the 5 is, we want it right at about 5.7, that area. Then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to hit edit and paste. And then again, I'm going to hit enter or return up to the top of the next column. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. Edit, paste. And notice that the top of my left-hand column and the top of the right-hand column are exactly in the same spot. Now I'm going to go ahead and go down to the next one. And again, the same thing. Edit, paste. Oh no, mine are not exactly where they need to be. So I'm just simply going to click above my material and I will go ahead and I will just delete that until they are lined up. Now, once you have this, you will bring it up to the teacher and I will double check to make sure that everything is evenly spaced before you begin to print. Now, when you print here at school, you need to make sure that you know what it is your username and your password to be able to print from the computer. So if you have any questions on the layout or setup of the notepad, please ask. Thanks.